Loading the Bolex. So first thing you want to do is make sure the camera is wound. Ooh, real time because I'm not editing. Okay, great. So it's wound. Flip it to this side. Take the lid off. Put the lid somewhere safe. Eject the take-up spool. It might be on this side, might be on this side. Eject this. Put that somewhere safe. Take your fresh roll of film. It should be coming off the top with the perforations away from you. So once you you'll take the cardboard off of it, you'll throw that away responsibly, you'll pull the tape off of it, you'll throw that away responsibly. You'll take this, you'll pull it down, you put it under the film knife, and you'll clip a little angle on it. Make sure that you take this piece of film, if it's in the camera, make sure that's not in the camera, it's out. Make sure your pressure plate is closed. Right now it's closed. If it's out here, you want it closed first, so that just push it forward. Close the loop formers, that's here. Click. Take the film, put it in the top. Square peg in a square hole. You don't want the film going behind any of this stuff, so you want to avoid, it being here or behind here. It's just going to scratch the hell out of it, so take it here. If you can, push it against this roller and hit the go button, and don't let go of it until it comes out the bottom. I snagged this, it's not the end of the world, I'll just pull that off there. But I want to make sure it's going through here without grabbing any of this stuff. Once you've gone through, open the loop formers, check your loop. So we want a gradual loop, top and bottom. We don't want the film hitting the loop formers. We also don't want them pulling tight here, so we wouldn't want a small loop like that. If your loop is too big or too small, you can change it. These two springs hold the film against these wheels, and that's one of three places that the film sprockets are engaged in the camera. So it's this one, and the pull down claw, which is behind here. So if you need to take a frame off or add a frame, you just push the spring off the wheel. That's going to take the tension off, and now I can push the film to add a frame or two of loop. I can pull the film to take away a frame or two of loop. And if I've added a frame of loop or taken away a frame of loop, when I push this back down, I just want to pull on the film a little bit to see if it catches. Right now that's a little too small, so I'm going to add a frame. Frame, good. I'm going to run the camera enough to get the film from here through here. So I'm going to go, I'm going to pull it away from the camera body so it's not smacking in anything, and I'm going to inspect it. So with fresh film, you shouldn't see any scratches looking at the shiny side. You might see one scratch along the edge opposite the perforations, or maybe even along the perforations, maybe. That's okay, you never want to see any scratches on this side. Now this is test film, it's been through a bunch of cameras, so it's scratched to hell, so you can ignore this film. Once you've established there's no scratches, you'll take your take-up reel, you'll look for the slot, there's a slot, you can see that in the light. The film goes into the slot, it takes up with the emulsion side in, so the dull side is the side that's sensitive to light, that should be facing out here, it should be facing in on the reel. You wind it, pull on it to make sure it's not going to come out. You don't have to worry about breaking it off or anything. You're going to pay for the same amount regardless of whether you send this out or not. Get it in place. Make sure, again, it's not snagged in here. Run it for a second just to make sure your loop holds. Make sure this takes up. You can put your finger on this and then let go of it. It should speed to catch up. If it doesn't, and that's something you should try at the store on an empty reel. Make sure that you do that and let go of it. It should speed to catch up. If it doesn't, that means the take-up clutch is faulty, and you'll ask them for another camera body. So once this is all good, your lid, make sure that it's still set to open. Make sure the pressure plate's closed if you opened it for any reason. This lays on. Lock it. Lift up by the lid to make sure it's locked. Mine isn't locked properly, so let me see what I did. Make sure the handle didn't catch on it or something. So locked, fine, the lid's good. And then you can come here And this is your film counter. This is the footage you've shot. So you're going to run this with the lens cap on, or without a lens on, whatever. You're going to run this until you get to the 0 mark, and then wind the camera. Until it stops. Make sure you park the lever so it doesn't smack you in the face. And now you're good to film. When you get to about 95, 96 feet here, just run the camera out. Don't shoot anything you care about up to the very end. You'll hear a marked difference when it's out of film. When it's out of film, you'll open it up. Your film will be down here. You'll eject both spools. You'll pull your film out. You'll put it in the little plastic tray it came in. You'll pack it back in the box. You'll seal the box up, and you'll write exposed on it. And that's it.